Hey guys, so I got a request to do a flip through of the Good and the Beautiful Math K curriculum that we use. So as you can see, I have two books here. This comes with part 1 and part 2. It's broken down into 4 sections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3 different videos for the book part 1, part 2, and then the third video is going to show you the manipulatives that come with this curriculum. This is awesome. I absolutely have been enjoying this curriculum. I like the repetitiveness of it for my kiddo that has special needs. He needs to have that repetitiveness. He also likes the manipulatives. It's spring at the moment, and so it's been fun to use the spring materials to go along with the same season that we're in. So, sorry I skipped ahead. So this shows you the table of context, everything that's in section 1, section 2. Section 1 is your number sense, and then you add with, or you end with pennies. You introduce those. One thing I want to point out is before you move on to the next section, you have assessment that you need to do. That is, that way you know the kiddo has already gotten to the section 1 that before you move on to the section 2. I like that just to make sure that he's where he's supposed to be. All the assessments are actually in the back of the book somewhere. I'll have to find them. Anyway, this talks about the good and the beautiful math education philosophy. I know that there's been a lot of talk about the person who made this, as far as she is Mormon. I'm Baptist, and so far I haven't seen anything that would make me go, whoa, I don't know if I could use this curriculum. She has put together a beautiful curriculum that's, as far as I can tell, is good quality, is subject-based, not religious-based. It does talk about good character, but I think that would go across every aspect of religion. So far, so good. I enjoy it, and I'm going to continue. I actually just ordered level 1. It just came out this last week, so I was really excited because this is working so well for my son. So you can go through here and you can read the educational philosophy for yourself. It talks in here about commonly asked questions. It has, at a glance, level K, your prerequisites, some of the things that the course is going to go over. I like to go through and just double check, okay, he's got all of these things down, and I just mark it off. So then this talks about your, about this course. I like how she has it broken down into sections. The items that are going to be in your math activity box, the standard items that you're going to need, the items that you're going to need on hand. Then, I love this daily routine. This daily dose is probably what sold me on this curriculum. My kiddo needs to have that repetition, and so this is about 5 to 10 minutes of every day they do the same thing. For myself, yes, it gets a little bit monotonous, but for him, it's working great. So, I mean, in my opinion, that's what's important, is that it's working good for him. So then it goes on to how to teach multiple children, section and course assessments. It talks about your percentages, and then it goes into the lessons. As you can see, I added these little sticky tabs because sometimes within the lesson you have to flip to the back to the appendix, and it's just easier for myself if I just have this little tab, so then I know where I need to be quickly. So as you can see, they've got beautiful illustrations, interesting stories. I've been really enjoying these artworks. They're beautiful. So here's your introduction. So this is your daily dose. So you're going to go through and you're going to do what it says to do as far as your calendar. Then the parent demonstrates how to write the date, and then you do a place value. One thing I want to mention is the calendar and the place value, these come in within your, oh my gosh, it just went blank, your manipulatives. They're nice quality, spiral bound things. Let me see if I could grab them really quick. So here's your calendar, and it has a about me section, and then you have a nice little poem, a picture that the kiddo can color, and then we just go through and write in the dates, and then I have him put a sticker on it. It's just easier to have him do a sticker versus writing the date. It just takes the worry out of it. And I try to do, I don't really do the weekends because we don't school on the weekends and we don't school on Fridays. I'm trying so far to match the stickers to the month. Not always, but as you can see, we're doing May, and this talks about bumblebees. So I tried to get some bumblebees, but they're kind of falling apart. But anyway, that's the calendar. And then here's the place value. And I'll show you guys these again in my other video. So they're spiral bound, and I love them. These come out and the kiddo can color. So every day that you do math, you color a block. And then they have the dry erase that they can put their, ones, tens, and hundreds. So that has been really, really fun to do. So let's see, let's go on to the next lesson. So the next lesson is you've got your daily dose, you've got your story, and then you go into a nice poem. Then you go into all of your other things, right? So you've got things that you can click, you can check off. So if you don't want to actually do like a lesson plan, for this, you wouldn't have to. You just open the book and go. I like that she adds these. This is for the handwriting. For an auditory learner, this is an idea that you could do for them. You've got your student worksheet right in here. And you've got a bonus activity, pattern blocks. This is for the tangigrams. This is optional, but for us, he's been enjoying it, so we just keep doing it. The one thing that I would say I wish the Good and Beautiful would do was put the worksheets in a kiddo's book, because it's hard to be teaching and give them the book to do either the worksheet or in the back in the appendix. That's the only thing that I wish that they would do. So anyway, so then lesson 3, same thing, daily dose. You've got your lesson, you've got your student worksheet, and your bonus activity. So it just goes through every day the same thing. And it's been very nice in the respect that it's just, he knows what to expect. So there's handwriting practices. Sometimes I have him do this in the book. Sometimes I just have him do it in like a dry erase board. So it's been really good so far. Like, we've really enjoyed it. One thing I want to point out also is they incorporate art. This was such a fun lesson. So look, this is lesson 7. So you have your daily dose, and then you go into your lesson. However, it's art. This is from Van Gogh. My son's favorite artist was Van Gogh. So when we got to this, it was like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This is amazing. So it talks about your artist, and then it goes into your math lesson, and it incorporates the art piece. That is so cool to me. Like, it literally says, okay, how many doors are there? So they count the doors. What things do you see in the painting? So it has them thinking and looking, and this was so much fun to us to incorporate something like that. Not just every single day it's the same old routine, adding and subtracting and this and this and this. You add that art piece in there, and it's just fun. I want to say that there was also, Monet was in here too. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it now, but that's okay. So this is one of those bonus activities. This comes with some nice wooden blocks, so you can go through and have them build these too. So it just keeps going, same thing every day. You've got your daily dose. Oh, this one actually talks about, let's see, more art. George Stewart. I'm sure that I just butchered his name, but again, it shows another piece of art, so that when my kiddo is out in public and he sees this, we saw this yesterday at Hobby Lobby, he knew exactly who that was. And it's just fun, you know. I mean, it's, again, you have your another bubble for visual learners, an idea that you could do. I just really have been enjoying this curriculum so far. We just finished with section 1, and he did really well with the assessment. I was really excited to see that. So we're going to move on to section 2, and oh, I hope you guys can see this. I feel like it's so tight, but oh, one thing I also wanted to point out was they have these nice quality 10 frames, and there's several of them. There's a beehive, a garden. It's nice in the respect that you can switch them and make them interesting and not the same old thing. We just used the garden the other day, which was super fun because we got to plant our garden. And what I mean is, there were little square manipulatives of carrots and lettuce and strawberries and a couple of other things. So that was a lot of fun. We both had fun with that. So here's more. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Gotta have an alarm for everything anymore. So anyway, I'll flip to the back, the last lesson. So here's your last lesson. So lesson 60, this is in your section 2. So again, you have your daily dose, you have your lesson, and this says gathering vegetables, so that's going to be really cute. And it goes on to this, your spelling and your bonus activity. There's your student work page, and then that's section 1. And this is the appendix. So like I said, with sometimes when you're in the lesson, you have to flip back to the appendix to do, these have cards, nice quality cards. You lay them out and the kiddo gets to choose, and then they graph. And what I noticed about this was in the beginning, he was counting how many squares. By the end of this, he was just looking over to see where he was. I was excited to see that. Number 2, same thing. And then number 3, we move on to the tally marks. And again, we added another couple of shapes from the beginning. And you just go through and you have nice quality appendix that go with your lessons. And here's some number lines. I've already cut one out and laminated it and put it into the box. I use a Latchmate box, so then that way we just have it on hand. But I love that she added several of these. And so here's your target number 3, target number 4, and that is the end of part 1 of Math Course Book from The Good and the Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and leak this one and then look for another video for part 2 and then the math manipulatives. So thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys requesting to do this video. They're fun. Hope you liked it. Thanks.